Hello, John Talley here with Partzilla.com. Today I'm going to show you how to replace the lower ball joint on our 2016 Polaris Ranger 900 XP. Not that tough to do, just need to get the tire out of the way before we can dive into it. But before we get started, let's go over to the tool table so we can discuss the tools that you're going to need to pull this off. Welcome to the tool table, guys. Listen, this is going to be a skill level 2, but just barely, so it's really not going to be that difficult. Let's go over some of the tools that you're going to need to pull this off. A 3/8 ratchet, a shallow and deep well 15mm, a 19mm, and then a 15mm wrench. Also want to pick up a decent set of circlip pliers. On the torque wrench side, you're going to need one for the lower values and one that at least goes up to 120. Now, the only specialty piece you're going to need is a cup that needs to be just roughly one size larger than the actual ball joint itself, because it needs to get pushed into this void. All right, now if you would, reference our exploded parts diagrams. That's going to give you a very clear picture of how everything is going to come apart, and more importantly, how it's going to go back together. So, once you have your tools and your parts together, we can go over there and I can show you how to do it. So let's go. Before we lift it up, let's go ahead and get those lug nuts broken loose, because they have 120 foot-pounds, and that's more than I want to try to deal with it up in the air. All right, with our front tire off, let's discuss what's going to happen next. Well, we're trying to get this A-arm completely off the machine. To do that, we need to take the pinch bolt off on the lower ball joint, and then there's two pivot points up at the frame. But to get to that front bolt, we need to get the brush guard out of the way. So let me get that done, and then we can get the entire A-arm off. Looks funny without the front end on it. Okay, so we've got the bumper out of the way. Let's get that A-arm off. Everything that you're going to see me do till it comes off is all going to be 15mm. All right, let's get those pushed out. Now keep in mind there were washers down on the nut end, so we don't want to lose those. Now we'll get the knuckle to release. There we go. All right, and there it is. Now, let's just head over to the press, and we'll get this one pushed out and the new one pushed back in. Before we press it out, I just need to get the circlip off. Now, what we're going to do is put it in the press, and I have a cup here that's a little bit bigger than the ball joint itself, and we're just going to push it straight down through. There she goes. And she's out. All right, we're just going to get this cleaned up real quick, then we're going to press the new one back in. There we go. All right, let's get that circlip back on there. Make sure it's in the groove. It is. All right, the circlip looks good. Let's go get it put back on the machine. We'll start up at the top, and what we're going to do is put in all the bolts and then go back and torque them. Now, get our new ball joint and that control arm. Need to bring it up far enough to where the bolt is actually going to go through where this groove is on the side. That should be it. There we go. Now, don't forget your washers up front. And then the one down at the ball joint does not have a washer. Let's get those snugged, and then we'll go back and do final torque. Torque on the ball joint is going to be 42 foot-pounds. Now here's the trick. Up here we need 40 foot-pounds, but I'm not going to be able to get the torque wrench on the actual nut side, so we're going to do it from the other side. So to compensate for that, we're going to bump it up by about 2 pounds. So we're going to take it to 44. There we go. All right, let me get the front bumper back on, then that tire, and then we can call this done. All right, for those of you that think that's enough torque, well, you're about to see in a second that it's not even close. All right, so now we're going to take these to 120 foot-pounds. See, wasn't quite there now, was it? Well, all right, guys, guess what? That finishes up this project. Well, listen, if you need any parts for your machine, why don't you come see us at Partzilla.com and we can get you taken care of. Have any questions or comments? Leave them in the section below and I'll do my best to answer them. Till next time, we just want to say thank you for shopping here with us at Partzilla. And if you like what you're seeing, why don't you hit that subscribe button? That way you'll be notified of whatever I'm working on next. Well, like I said, thank you, and we will see you in the next video. Have a great day.